Hi guys, I think having a bit of a technical issue with the sound. I hope you guys can hear me now. And all right, can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Sorry, got a bit distracted there. Yeah, with the microphone issue just now. All right, and basically, today we want to talk about reading dyno charts. Yeah, and you guys, when we car guys sit down, yeah, we always talk about how many horsepower your car has, yeah, and we talk about going for dyno runs, yeah. I think that is something we car guys always talk about, yeah, and for sure we will talk about how many horsepower we gain from a tune, and we always talk about horsepower, and it's always about one type of horsepower, and a peak horsepower. When we talk about peak horsepower, is about the best horsepower output, yeah, from your engine, all right, at a given RPM, yeah. For myself, one thing that's very important for me, yeah, horsepower gains are very important indeed, no doubt about it, yeah. All of us are looking for horsepower gain all the time, yeah, and the you know the when we talk about horsepower gains, it's about talking about peak horsepower all the time, yeah, and what we want to do today, is to explain to you guys, yeah, how to read dyno charts, yeah, all right. More importantly for us is about getting the most power out of every RPM of your engine. It's not just for the peak horsepower, all right. We will show you some instances today, about how to read the horsepower gains, yeah, all right. And we have been doing a lot of dyno runs lately, in the past week. I've done quite a few, and I've done mainly on the A45s, quite a few dyno runs on the A45. I have also done horsepower runs on the A7 3.0 TFSI engine of the Audi, yeah? All right. I've also done a power run on that, okay. And what other cars I've done, no problems, we will look at the charts later, and we can see some of the power gains that we have been getting, all right. Okay, now it's going to be an interesting session. I'm going to do an hour with you guys, drop me questions, all right, and I will try to answer them, yeah, all right, as best as I can, all right. And we will try to answer your questions, drop me some comments in there, yeah, and we shall try to answer your questions about dynos as well, all right. If you would like to share this with your friends, please share this session with your friends, especially to your car friends, and because this is something we like to talk about always, on the topic of horsepower gains, okay. It's quite interesting, when we do a horsepower run in the past, it's always has been running it on the dyno machine, yeah? Okay. And today what we want to talk about is doing dyno runs on the dyno machines, and also actually doing logging and dyno runs out on the road as well, yeah, okay. And we feel that actually doing dyno runs out on the road is far more effective. Why? Because the loads on the engine, yeah, when you are actually running it on the road is very different, yeah, versus running it out on the road on the dyno. Okay, and for us, if you guys that goes to the gym a lot, all right, and if you run on the treadmill a lot, you can easily run 5 to 10 km on the treadmill quite easily, all right. But if you are going to run that 5-10 km out on the road, that is a very, very different thing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, what I'm going to do now is, I will pull out one of the dyno charts, that I have been doing last week. All right. And let's go to one of them. All right. And just let me pull one of the charts out. Okay. Just let me go to my documents and my power files. All right. As you can see here, we have done quite a few. All right. Dyno runs here. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at one of them from the M3. Yeah. All right. Okay. This is an M3 that we tuned, quite some time back. All right. And now this is not a very accurate chart. I can pull out another one just for comparison. Okay. Yep. Here. Yep. As you can see, one which is from the stock run, okay, and one from the tune run. Yeah. Okay. As you can see here, with this particular chart here, it's quite interesting. All right. At 2000 RPM, yeah. I think when I started off with this run, there was a spike here, of power when it was original. But as you can see, as we go through the ref band, the tune file is a lot more. It's a lot more, yeah. On the top end with this particular engine. All right. Okay. That's how this run was. Okay. Just let me go to another one. Okay. Which we have done more recently. All right. Just let me drag that out bigger so that I can see more. Okay, let's see this particular one here. Okay, that's a power run here. This is the stock horsepower here. Yeah. All right. These figures here, which I have, these power charts here, is mainly from from our tool. Yeah. One of our tuning tools. We could do this dyno run in one of our tuning tools. All right. And with this tuning tool, we can actually do a comparison of before and after tuning. Yeah. What are the power gains we get, and how we get this horsepower gains is through a road dyno, yeah, as we call it. We will basically run the car out on the road, in one particular gear, which is 4th gear. And what we do is from the 4th gear, we will run from 1500 RPM to the red line of the engine. All right. In this particular case, with the A45, as you see here, the peak power is about at 5800 RPM with this particular car. All right. Let's see if we can get one of the runs here that is from let me pull it out here. Okay. Okay, just let me pull one here. Let me pull another one out. Oh, sorry, this is a bad run. Okay, just let me pull another one out. Yep, there you go. Okay, as you can see here, there are two power runs here. All right, both are stock runs here, if you can see here. Okay, I think this is the more accurate run because it's from the original tune. You know, at the engine it's kicking up 385 horsepower and 544 Newton meters of torque. Yeah, you know, and if you can see here, these are actually calculated figures from the engine ECU. Yeah, all right. And the software is very smart. You know, it will detect the amount of air that is coming through the engine, and it's calculating the actual horsepower, yeah, of the engine, you know, via a scientific calculation from all the engine sensors in the engine, as well as in the gearbox and the ABS system. Yeah, you know, so with this calculation, that's how they come up with this torque and power figures, you know, which you guys see here. All right, just let me show you here with this particular car. All right, as you can see here, you know, there are two power runs here. All right, let me get a better file. Okay, just let me get another run here. Okay, which I've done yesterday. All right, just let me pick that one out. Yeah. Okay, A45 stock run. Okay, that's the stock run here. Okay, this was a car I did yesterday. Okay, with the stock run yesterday, this particular vehicle was kicking out 378 horsepower, which is at 5,800 RPM and 502 Newton meters. Okay, and with this particular car here, all right, let me get the second chart out. You know, okay, for this particular AMG, which we did yesterday. Okay, we had the actual power run. Yeah, okay, I think it's this one here. Okay, yep, that's the one. All right, and if you can see here, you know, after we have tuned this particular vehicle, you know, it was kicking out 434 horsepower, yeah, which is the peak horsepower here. Okay, 434 at 5,900 RPMs, and you know, it was also kicking out 607 Newton meters at the engine. All right, how we can verify this is quite simple. Okay, if we look back at the standard horsepower, which is 378 horsepower, so what we can do is, you know, let us do a quick calculation here. Just let me go to my calculator. Okay, so 378 horsepower, all right, which is 378. So just say, because this is a four-wheel drive car, just say there is about an 18% to 20% transmission loss of power, yeah, you know, to the wheels. Okay, so let's say we actually use 82% calculation, yeah, okay. That will give you the wheel horsepower. All right, so this particular vehicle, it's still not so accurate. Maybe we can use 15% on the AMG because the gearbox is very, very efficient, because it's actually direct clutch transmission. Okay, so just say if you're kicking out 378 horsepower, if we use a calculation of 15% power to rain loss, you know, you're kicking out 322. Okay, 322 horsepower at the wheels. Okay, and this actually translates very well to the horsepower when we go and do a dyno on the stock, okay, A45. All right, so in this particular case, you know, this car is actually kicking out what, 322 horsepower, you know, at the wheels. Okay, and pretty accurate. All right, if we look at it here, with the torque and power curve here, you know, this particular AMG, you could see that the efficiency of the turbo on the AMG is about 2,700 RPM. There's quite a lot of lag at the bottom here. Yeah? Okay, so at the bottom there is really no gains. of horsepower or torque, okay, but at 2700 rpm, 750 rpm, what happens is that the turbo kicks in, all right, and that's where we make a lot of changes onto the turbo, onto the engine parameters. So there is a gain here of quite a lot of horsepower at 4000 rpm. You know, you are looking at a gain of 4000 rpm. Originally you are kicking out about 290, 300 horsepower, all right, and when with the tune file, all right, we are kicking out, you know, 330 to 340 horsepower, okay, at the same rpm, all right. That is actually quite a significant jump of about what, 30-40 horsepower, yeah, you know, which is quite significant. At 5000 rpm, you know, the stock file, you are kicking out approximately 340 horsepower, you know, and okay, with the tune file, we are kicking out, you know, 410 to 420 horsepower. So you got quite a significant gain, all right, of horsepower, you know, through the ref range. And with the torque, you know, it's similar as well. You know, we get a very flat torque curve, all right, all the way through to 6000 rpm. You got gains all the way through. And if you look at the original file, you know, you are actually kicking out about 500 newton meters throughout, yeah, okay. With the tune file, you're kicking out close to 600 newton meters, so it's about 100 newton meters gain, yeah, you know, when you tune with us, okay, on your AMG 45. Okay, one thing it doesn't tell you, you know, our tuning, you know, actually from the low RPM onwards, you know, you actually get a gain of better throttle response, and the car actually drives a lot better, all right, from the low RPM. Okay, and the difference is that once you have a better response at the bottom end, you know, the car becomes a lot easier to drive in traffic, yeah, especially the A45. Okay, you know, so that's the thing, yeah, you know, with power runs. Okay, and you know, this power run on the road, you know, actually is pretty accurate. You know, I find it pretty darn accurate. Why? Because when what I did just now by actually taking 15% off, you know, the power figures that we got from this dyno chart here, you know, we can actually get the horsepower on the wheel figures, all right, which is pretty darn close to it. Okay, just for instance, if with this tune file we are getting 434 horsepower, you know, calculated horsepower here, let's see what we get at the wheels. Yeah, let's see, 434, and then we multiply it by 85.85, that gives you 368, 370 horsepower. Okay, which is very similar to what we get when we dyno these cars. Yeah, and it depends on the day, you know, your temperature, the also the temperature of the day, the humidity, okay, and also the engine condition of the car as well, and how the dyno operator actually runs the dyno, yeah, you know, on that particular day. So that is very important as well. You know, it's not just about horsepower gain all the way through, yeah, okay. But in this particular case, if you see here, you know, this car has gained all the way through, okay, the RPM here. This particular dip here, if you see here, the particular dip of horsepower here is because I lifted off a little, yeah, you know, because there were other traffic out on the road. You know, I want to be safe as well, you know, do this on a safe environment. And what happened is I lifted off the throttle, and it does show here on the chart. Okay, so you know, that's the difference, you know, between a stock run with a decap downpipe and a tune run with a decap downpipe. Okay, I hope that explains to you. You know, you guys can you know, ask me questions as we go along. Okay, just let me get to the questions before I run another chart to show you guys. All right. Okay, just let me see who has joined us. Oh, Sean Koh has joined us today as well. Hi, Sean. Thank you for joining us. Melvin Lin has joined us as well. Thank you, Melvin, for joining us. Lasse Kong has joined us as well. Thank you for joining us. Lasse has always joined my live sessions. Yeah, thank you very much. And also, Suresh has joined us as well. Hi, Suresh. Hope you are still with us. Bak Hafiz has joined us as well. Hi, Bak. It was great doing your cars intercooler yesterday. Sorry that we have to hold you out a little bit. Because yesterday quite a few cars came to the shop. Sorry about that. Yeah. Benny Hui has joined us as well. Chin Xiang, has joined us as well. All right. Who else has joined us? Chan Xiong Wai has joined us as well. Roy here from JB. Sharing a video with a few of my car kakis. Fantastic. Please join us. Yeah. Hope you guys find this session. Hope you guys find this session pleasure. Knowledgeable for you guys as well. Yeah. If you guys are not sure, please join us. Okay, we have Elvin Lok that joined us as well. Chai Moon Sun has joined us. Cougar, thank you. Terry Teo has joined us. Max has joined us as well. Or can you allocate the tune to one mode without interfering other modes? Okay, very, very good question. Sean, that's a very, 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 that's a valid and very good question. We don't override any of the modes in the car, when we tune your car, yeah. And what happens is that all the modes remains the same, but each and every mode, will become more aggressive and better to drive, yeah, and will improve the drivability and the throttle response as well. And when you change modes, you will feel the difference in the modes that you change as well, yeah. So everything is good. All right. And you were asking if we can tune one particular mode, for without interfering with other modes. Yes, we can do that as well. That is all on special request. Yeah, we do quite a lot of tuning where it's only in sports mode we put in the pops and bangs into your engine, and in manual mode as well. All right. In your normal mode, you don't encounter any of the pops and bangs. In your sports mode, we can activate the pops and bangs for you. All right, if you want that. All right. And with that, we can actually give you very good different modes, for your different play time with the car. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the fantastic question. Yeah, Sean. Okay. Okay, Wong Tian Fook has joined us as well, my partner out at the shop. Yeah, fantastic. Bernard Na has joined us as well. All right. Louis Aloysius Tan. Okay, hi Mike. Sooner I will come to your shop to do my Volkswagen B7 Passat 1.8 TSI to go for stage 2. Yes, join us. If you guys have been following us, you guys with the Volkswagen Audi cars, we have a very, very good offer for you guys where we are doing the combo tune for you guys. Yeah, for the tuning of your engine ECU and your gearbox. With your gearbox tuning, we are giving it away free to you guys. Yeah. All right, come and see us. Okay. And we got fantastic deal for you there. Okay, we tune your engine, we give you your gearbox free, your DSG tuning free. Okay, please come and join us for that. And I can guarantee you that our gearbox tuning, is second to none in the business. Okay, our tuning with the VW cars, especially, you have very good drivability and very, very little wheel spin, coming out of corners, and also taking out from junctions from first to second gear, second to third gear, and third to fourth gear as well. It's all about laying power down onto the tarmac. All right, I think that is far more important. Okay. All right, so please make an appointment with us and come and see us. Okay, KK Chan has joined us as well. Thank you, KK Chan. Yes, Lasse Kong, you have a question for me. I have some questions on the Passat CC. There are many suggested that it's best to prepare 10 to 20K for major repair. What's your advice on this? Okay, and do you have any advice on selecting a good condition Passat CC, like what to look out for, and for which component should I put more attention at? Okay. All right, can I come back to that question, let's say call later? All right, if not, you can email me as well. Why? Because today we are talking about dyno charts. You know, we shall concentrate on that. Yeah. On the Passat CC, you know, hopefully we can talk about that later. Yeah. All right. Ya Hong has joined us as well, and Kaden Wong has joined us. Hi, Kaden. Yeah. Good to see you here as well. Melvin Lin has joined us as well. PF Chang, you know, said hi there. Thank you. Jack Deckel has joined us as well. Fantastic. Raman Nazir. Hi, Raman. Good to have you. Okay. All right. Buck Hafiz was saying, no problem, Mike. You know, yesterday I changed the intercooler for him on his E92 335i. All right. Look out for the photos. You know, we shall post that out onto our Facebook in this coming week. Okay. What he said here is, yeah, by the way, the response very good. Straight can feel the difference even without a remap. What did I tell you? You know, I don't fail you, yeah. So enjoy the car better now. You know, go and do that downpipe, and then it's time for the remap, Hafiz. Okay, and then let's do a dyno run on your car, road dyno run on your car as well, yeah. You know, let's do a before and after run. All right. The car now runs a lot smoother, right? You know, with the intercooler, yeah. You know, and the response is a lot better. Okay, enjoy, yeah. But all right, and do we have any other questions here? Replying to Raman, then Anzo Raman Nasir. Okay, has joined us as well. Chen Kin Lun has joined us as well. All right. Okay, just let me run to another dyno chart here. All right, and let's see what else I have here. This week I did do a run on the let me see here. Okay, we did do on the Jetta FL as well, yeah. All right. Okay, we didn't get to do a stock run on this car because this is a previous customer of mine, and we had actually tuned this car 1.5 years back. Yeah. Okay, this particular vehicle, if you look at it, you know, I managed to get one very nice run in, and as you can see with this car, the car managed to develop 210 horsepower at the engine. Yeah, you know, this is the single charge engine of the 1.4 Volkswagen engine. You know, this is particular Jetta has the Mark 7 engine on it. All right, so as you can see here, that's a very good gain on this particular 1.4. Yeah, 210 bhp at the engine on this. All right, and this particular car was kicking out 345 Newton meters of torque. All right, at 3,500 rpm here. All right, that's the peak torque. So this particular vehicle, if you look at it here, yeah, just at 2,000 rpm, you know, we are kicking out close to 310 Newton meters, yeah, or 320 Newton meters at 2,000 rpm. So this car has fantastic drivability. Okay, and another car which is kicking out 380 Newton meters, maybe just at this point here. All right, 380 Newton meters. It doesn't tell you anything. You got to look at the entire chart and see how good the power band is across the rev range here. You know, okay, because when you are running the car on the dyno, like what we are doing here as well on the road dyno, we are just running the car in one gear. Okay, when we are running the car in one gear, you know, you do not get to feel how the car feels, you know, when you are at 50% throttle, 30% throttle, 40% throttle, 80% throttle. How does the car respond and react? Yeah. I think that is far more important than just the dyno chart here itself. Okay, it's nice to see the dyno charts, giving you nice figures like that, but for me, far more important is actually the power delivery throughout the ref band. And also, we rarely drive the car at 4,000 at fourth gear from 1,500 RPM all the way to the red line. Okay, so in this case, if you can look at the chart here, it's a very nice and smooth chart, this particular Jetta. And if you can look at it, the peak power kicks in at 4,920 RPM, and it doesn't go off below 200 horsepower until it reaches 5,600 RPM. Okay, so with this particular car, best to shift up about 5,750 RPM. Okay, why? When you switch up, then you're actually picking up the horsepower from here again. And between 5,008 to 5,009 is the best place to shift gears on this particular car. Okay, because the power drops dramatically at 6,000 RPM. All right. Okay. I hope that explains that to you guys. And do you guys have any more questions? Please, drop them to me. Hi Tony, how are you doing in Singapore? Good to have you here join us. Yeah. All right. Azli Zudin Azizan has joined us as well. Thank you very much for joining us, Azizan. Good to have you here with you. Aloysius Tan said, thank you very much for the, I would say, no problem, it's a pleasure, yeah. All right. All right, can you guys actually see me? Are you guys hearing me loud and clear? Is it running properly? I feel that the feed has stopped, or not? No, it hasn't stopped yet. Oh, sorry, I actually thought the feed has stopped. No, Right, please drop me those questions that you have about dyno charts. Yeah, I'll take this opportunity to answer Lasse Kong's question. All right, about the Passat CC. Okay, yes, a lot of people are telling you to spend 10 to 20,000 to repair the car. I think those suggestions are correct, and I would tell you that you'll be looking at a minimum of 10 to 15,000 to really get the car back to almost factory factory specs. Yeah, And what I would recommend that you do is always get the car checked out, by a good mechanic that is very familiar with the Volkswagen group of cars. All right, to get it checked out, make sure the engine is in good condition. All right, and also to ensure that the clutch and the gearbox is good as well. Yeah. Because you like it or not, these cars, the CC, especially the 2-liter CCs, they are, the youngest car is also about 7 to 8 years old, yeah, and the most important thing is, can you guys see me now? Oh, Dixon Tan has joined us as well, yeah, Dixon. All right, yeah, just wanted to let you guys know, on the Passat CC as well, what you can do is actually you should actually get the car checked out, properly, by a good mechanic. All right, and also to ensure that one of the few things that always goes wrong with that EA888 engine, as we call it, of the Passat CCs is actually the water pump. Yeah, sorry. I can't do two things at a go. Yeah, sorry guys. But anyways, the important thing is to get your water pump checked out. That water pump will usually go off, leaks and whatnot, at 50,000-60,000 kilometers. Okay, so just be aware of that with the Passat CC. Another thing is with the Passat CC EA888 engine, once the car starts to reach 160 to 200,000 km, it's time to change the timing chain, and also to change the tensioners and the guides as well, yeah, for a good measure. All right, and just ensure that you guys change oil every 7 to 8,000, whether it's tuned or not tuned. All right, reason being, because we are driving in especially I'm talking for KL cars, yeah. When we do 10,000 kilometers on KL car, we are actually doing 15 to 18,000 kilometers on the car actually. Why? Because on a daily basis, your car is idling for 1 to 2 hours in our traffic here, yeah, on your daily commute. So it's important to remember that actually the number of hours your car runs on the day, that's far more important than the actual mileage itself if your car is in KL. All right. And okay, with the Passat CC, at this age, you're looking at suspension work as well. Why? Because with the suspension, it should be worn already by now if it's has not been changed by the previous owner. All right. With this particular vehicle, we can do very nice suspension setups on them, with Koni and ST and KW systems. Yeah. Do give us a shout on any of your cars if you want to do any suspension work as well. Okay. All right. What other questions there is? Let me see here. No, and I don't see any more questions here. Let me see. Okay. Let me see if there are any more questions. Nope, I don't see any more questions. Okay, let's go to another dyno chart. All right. One of the cars that I've run this week, all right, is actually the A250 Mercedes, yeah, that belongs to one of my very faithful and good customers, Logan. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's the two. Here it is. Well, this is not a very good run. I think I lifted off somewhere. And just let me pick another chart. Just bear with me here, yeah. Okay. Let me see. Okay, here. All right. Okay, we managed to do a run here. All right, as you can see here, this Mercedes 250, we managed to get 277 horsepower at the engine, yeah, at 5,260 RPM. All right, and we managed to get 431 at the engine. Okay, so if we want to calculate what it kicks out on the road, all right, so we can again use the guideline like we were using in the A45 as well, because this particular vehicle that we dyno here is actually a 4-wheel drive 4MATIC A250. Yeah, so if this car is kicking out 277 horsepower at the engine, at the wheels it should be kicking out about 230 220 horsepower. Okay, which is very similar to what we dyno on the road as well. Yeah, I mean, when we go on the dyno machine, on a good run on the dyno machine. All right, so the horsepower on that is again very, very close. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so with this particular car, we managed to get a very nice horsepower gain on it as well, not to mention the fantastic drivability of the car as well. Yeah. All right, and let's see if we got any more questions here. Okay. Yep. Let's see here. Oh, there is no questions at all. Yeah. All right. Okay. It'll be good that you guys throw me some questions if you want to know more about the dyno charts. Yeah. As I said, when we go for Tarik, people always talk about horsepower gains. All right. I think far more important when we are talking about horsepower, is about the power delivery throughout the ref range. I think that's far more important than anything else, yeah. And how the power is being delivered, all right. And without good drivability, yeah, you don't get very good horsepower gain, yeah, throughout the ref range, because what happens is that when you got poor drivability, in instances where you put your foot down on the throttle, nothing happens to the car, and then a whole lot of torque comes into the car. You know, it can upset your car balance a lot, yeah. You know, in terms of putting the power down on the road, yeah. You know, without actually wheel spinning, yeah. And I think that is something far more important that a lot of us forget. All right, okay. And what we want to do is now actually, you know, run another dyno chart to show you guys. All right. Okay, I did 420D run as well. Let me see here. What did we get? Oh no, we didn't get a run in with that one. Yeah, hang on. Yep, we did not this one. Let's see. We did a run on the A7 this week as well, yeah. Okay, with the 3.0 TSI engine. Okay, we got a clean run here, as you can see. Okay, the engine, we managed to kick the horsepower up from 333 horsepower to 420 horsepower on this A7, yeah. I had to do this run on third gear. Why? Because the fourth gear is very long on this car, yeah, you know, and I'm going to be doing ridiculous speed, you know, to actually run through the ref band. All right, so instead I used third gear instead on this particular run. All right, hence I suspect, you know, we are gaining more than about 10-20 horses more easily at the engine when we use a lower gear, because the loads are not as high. All right, if the load is higher, I would suspect that we will be doing about 400 horsepower, yeah, and the torque, you know, will be approximate about 590, you know, or I mean 490 to 500, yeah, you know, maybe not at 504 Newton meters of torque. All right. Yeah, this is, as you can see, this supercharged engine, the torque is really flat throughout the ref band. Okay, really good throughout the ref band. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's see if we got any more questions. Yeah, okay. Mark Dickman has joined us as well. Hi, Mark. You are joining us all the way from the USA. Hope you guys are keeping safe, yeah, out there in the USA, you know, and especially, you know, the troubles that has been happening there, yeah, you know, with the riots and all that. Yeah, stay safe, mate. You know, look forward to see you again at some point when you come back to Malaysia. All right. Desmond Xiao has joined us as well. Thank you for joining us. You know, thank you very much. All right. And Sean Cole has a question here for me as well. Is there any physical hardware upgrades you recommend before or after gearbox tune or engine tune? All right. For me, it is important that the engine is in a good condition. All your sensors are working well, and also your oxygen sensors especially, and also your air mass sensor as well. Yeah, and that is extremely important. And your hardware is in a good condition. Yeah. Because if your hardware is not in a good condition, you go and tune the car, it's a no-no, you know, because we are just pushing your engine, you know, by another 15 to 20% more. That's going to affect, it's going to take a toll on your sensors even more. Why? Because your sensors are already tired, you know, and once I put the tune in, it will definitely throw the sensors fault. Okay. Why? Because when we are running it at a higher peak power, you know, the demands from your sensors are even more. All right. And one of the things for us is when you go stage 1 tuning, you know, you basically don't have to do any hardware changes. But if you want to, we will recommend that you actually do a drop-in filter. Yeah? You know, that will help as well. Okay, to help on the airflow getting into your engine with a smoother airflow. Yeah. Why we say drop-in filters is because generally they are quite good. All right. And we would recommend our brand as well, you know, which we represent is JTEX from the UK. Yeah? Okay, so if you guys want to know more about that, you know, do come by. You know, we have some of these in stock. All right. And one more thing that we would recommend, if you do stage 2, you know, minimum you need to do is actually a downpipe. Yeah, you know, exhaust downpipe in your car. That is extremely important. Okay. All right, now we got another 10 minutes to go. Let's see what other questions there is. Okay. Sean Ko is saying, I believe gearbox tune contribute to power delivery as well as with faster shifts. Okay, yes, definitely. What happens is with the gearbox tuning, there are a couple of things that we do to it. One of it is the shifting speed of the gearbox. Yeah. All right, and that is something we do very well. And also what we do is we also make a few changes into the limiters of the gearbox. Yeah. Okay, and what happens is that a lot of the manufacturers, what they do is they actually limit the power delivery to the gearbox as well. Yeah, you know. That's why, you know, with different engine capacity, with different models. Yeah? You know, for instance, if you drive 320i and 328i, the gearbox is basically the same gearbox. But what happens is, you know, the manufacturers will put in more limiters into your 320 gearbox versus a 328 gearbox. So what we do is, you know, we will release, you know, a lot of the locked-in potential of your gearbox. All right, and we will release, you know, those limiters on your gearbox. All right, so you will get more power being delivered via your gearbox. All right, you definitely will feel that difference, you know, which I have demonstrated many times to customers. Is I usually just tune their engine first, and then after that I tune their DSG gearbox. Then they will feel that the shifting is so much faster and the power delivery is so much smoother and faster as well. Yeah, you know, when you take off from a junction and all that, you know, definitely you will feel the difference. And one more plus point is that we will increase the clamping force of your clutch. Yeah, you know, to give you better power delivery. You know. All right, these are the three main things, you know, that we do. All right. Oh, my wife has joined us as well. Fantastic. You know, my lovely wife has joined us as well. SP Lai has joined us as well. Thank you, SP Lai, for joining us. All right. Go Suen has joined us as well. Yeah, my niece. Yeah. All right, Sean. Thank you. You know, for asking us the correct questions. Yeah. All right. You know, very relevant question. All right, yeah, bring your F10 in to us. You know, we can sort that out for you. Yeah, Sean. All right. Okay. I see there are more questions that has come in, but it's strange. I don't see it. I think somebody else was asking me a question as well. Let's see. Yeah, somebody. Okay, there is somebody that has sent us a message, and then Mr. Wong Yuman. Yeah, let me see. You know, why don't I answer your question right here on the spot, Mr. Wong? You know, since you are on the line with us, yeah, Mr. Wong. All right, Mr. Wong. What did you ask us? Okay, let me see. What did Mr. Wong ask us? Yeah. Oh, Mr. Wong asked us about his tuning on your car. Okay, Wong Yuman, yeah. I think yours is a A45, right, Mr. Wong? Okay, which is a Japanese spec A45. which is in the original condition without any modifications. Can you tell me more on the details of the stage 2 upgrade? Okay, with all you A45 fans out there, okay, with the A45 it's so easy to get that 30-40 horsepower out of the car. In fact, you're getting more with the stage 2. You're looking at 50-60 horsepower with that stage 2 tuning, and close to 100 Newton meters of torque gains. But more importantly, with the A45 is that we take a lot of the sluggishness around away, you know, especially at low speeds. And also when you put your foot down, you know, the car will just become that much more intuitive in the sense of actually changing gears faster, and more with direct contact with your right foot. Yeah, all right. That is something on the dyno chart that you can't tell. You know, the dyno chart can't tell you. All right. And I think that is something that a lot of us forget. Yeah, all right. And because on the drivability part, you know, that's where a dyno run can't tell you. Okay, that's where how smooth the tuning is. You know, you got to try it to know. All right. Especially when you're accelerating from mid-range. Just say that you're cruising on the highway, you are doing 100 kilometers an hour, and all of a sudden you want to overtake another car. You know, when you put your foot down, what happens? You know, does your car respond? Does your car shift down a gear or two? You know, in an instant. You know, that is where good tuning, you know, will make your gearbox respond faster, even though we don't do the gearbox tuning on the A45. All right, we just make your gearbox respond to the input from the engine ECU that much faster. All right, and you will find that gearbox is not as lazy. It will shift down a gear much faster as well. Yeah, Mr. Wang Yuman. With the A45, what we recommend is you do two important things, you know, when you modify this car, which we can help you. One of it is actually on the intake system. Okay, we have a couple of intake systems that you can buy from us. Yeah, more notably from Arma, and also our in-house system with a JTEX filter as well. Yeah, okay, drop us a line, you know, we can set you up with that as well. Another thing which is very important is to do the downpipe. Okay, and if your budget allows, you know, what we do is do the downpipe and do the mid pipe as well. You know, we find that doing the mid pipe is quite beneficial as well. You can gain a few horses more as well. Yeah, so you know, all these are available from us. Yeah, so please drop us a line. All right, we can set you up with your A45 and unleash the full potential, yeah, of your A45 engine. All right, let's see if we got any more questions in here. Okay, just let me get back to my page here, and let's see. Okay, we got 5 minutes more to go. I started late, you know. I will keep to my promise of giving you guys an hour of Q&A. All right, yes, let's see if we got any more questions. Okay, let's see here if we got any more questions. The internet is running a bit slow. Okay, yep, any more questions here? Okay, Max Moose here is asking if gearbox DQ 200 got the benefit as well. Yes, definitely. If you take it with our gearbox and engine combo, I do not know what engine is yours. You know, drop me a line, Max. Yeah, let me know what engine is your car. With the DQ 200, you know, we got a fantastic tune for the DQ 200 as well. What we do is increase your speed, the shift speed on your DQ 200, and another one is also, as I said, you know, remove the limiters, you know, on the gearbox, and actually improving the clamping force of your clutch as well. Yeah, you know, to minimize the clutch wear. All right. because the more you slip the clutch, you know, the more wear there is. But if we have the clutch clamping force, you know, the clamping force of your clutch, if it's more, you get less slippage and your clutch just lasts that much longer. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Drop me a line. Yeah. Max Mas. Okay. All right. Do you have any charts on any cars? Yeah, I think I only have one from the, and we shall close from there. I think there's only one which I've done, which is on the M3 S65 engine of BMW E92. Yeah. Okay, just let me pull out that chart. Yep, that one. Okay, that chart here, if you see here, is kicking out 388 horsepower. Yeah, that is the 4.0 S65 BMW engine. All right, high revving engine, as you can see here. You see, yeah, at 7,920 RPM. Yeah. Okay. Let us pull the run after that. I think it was this. Yep. After we have retuned it. Yeah. After we have retuned it, as you can see, the horsepower has gone up to 409 horsepower. Okay, and even with this stock run here, you know, the CATS has already been removed. Okay, you know, for both the runs, the catalytic converter has been removed. All right, so it's this one. You know, so as you can look at it, 388 horsepower is actually very close to the stock figures of 400 horsepower. Please remember, this engine is already a 12-year-old engine, all right, and it's kicking out 441 Newton meters of torque. And if you look at it here, you know, there is a torque gain, you know, from 5/1000, from 4,000. If you look at it here, you know, on this chart, I will go through with you guys shortly. If you just look at the peak figures, right, 441 stock, and then in the tune file is 474 Newton meters of torque. Okay, at 6,000 RPM. Okay, that is a gain of 30 over Newton meters of torque from an NA engine, you know, after a tune, you know, which is really not bad. All right, and if you look at it here at the low end, you cannot see much gains, or in fact from here you can see that the torque is much lower, but I think this is a spike when we were accelerating the car, so this is not accurate. Yeah, you know, the spike here. All right, and but if you look at it here on the overall chart, and if you can see the stock as well as the tune one, you can't feel that the car has gained any more horsepower. In fact, it lost some. But in real life, when we were driving the car, you know, the car is a lot livelier to drive, even though at the bottom end here, you know, the gear shifts are better, the car is much more responsive. All right, that is something the dyno chart can't tell you. All right, but if you look at it here, the top end, you know, definitely there is a lot of gain in horsepower. Yeah. All right, if you look at it here, you know, the gain at 6,000 RPM, we are looking at, maybe here is 330 Newton meters, 330 horsepower, but at 6,000 RPM we are already kicking out 400, you know, with the tune file, you know, and then the power is quite constant, flat, yeah, right up to the 7,900 RPM. Okay, so that is the difference, yeah, between the tune and stock. Okay, stock horsepower. All right, as we say, you know, there are a lot of things that goes on when you drive a car. You know, when you are on the dyno, you know, it's just one gear. It doesn't tell you your gear shifts. It doesn't tell you your throttle response. It doesn't tell you any of that. More importantly is when you run on the dyno, like what we are showing here, it's important that you show the differences. You know, it shows the differences in horsepower and whatnot, but it doesn't show you the drivability. All right. I hope it has been a good session for you guys. I hope you guys learned something here tonight. I think I try to do my best to keep this going, the Facebook live, yeah, even though not many of you join us tonight, but I appreciate you guys that join us here today, yeah. Please share these videos to your friends if you find this interesting, all right, because it will remain my Facebook and my YouTube as well, all right. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and like on our Facebook, and also to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, yeah. Okay, we lately we haven't done much shooting of videos for a reason, because we were quite busy at the shop, all right. These past 2 weeks, we have done quite a variety of cars. We have done BMWs, we have also done Audis, Volkswagens, and also quite a few Mercedes as well, yeah, including a CGI W207 model. Okay, all these cars enjoyed nice gains, all right, on the horsepower. Okay, now let's stay safe, guys, all right. When you go out for your drives, yeah, stay safe within the limits, all right. All of us live in a new SOP now, all right. When you come to my shop, you got to make sure if you are on a mask. If you don't have, give me a call, I'll pass a mask to you, all right. We try to maintain social distancing, as much as we can, all right. It's been a good session with you guys, yeah. Okay, I catch you guys on the next session, all right, and see you again. Okay, cheers, guys. Bye. All right.